Usually the buried lead is a story we think has not gotten enough attention, but that's hardly the case for Toronto Mayor Rob Ford, who was accused of smoking crack. But what is buried here is the video that purportedly shows him doing it. Police told reporters last week they have recovered a video from a computer seized during a drug investigation that is, quote, consistent with what news outlets have reported, that Mayor Rob Ford was caught on tape smoking a crack pipe. Very few people have claimed to have seen the video, and Mayor Ford is not one of them, but he took time on a weekly radio show that he hosts with his brother to say that he is sorry for his behavior.
I have made mistakes, and all I can do right now is apologize for the mistakes. I sincerely apologize. I want the police chief, Bill Blair, to release this video for every single person in the city to see.
He received some sympathy calls from voters during a radio call-in show he did this morning as well, such as this woman.
I support you 100%, Mayor. I don't know what's going on with the media and your council. I think I'd be a drunk, too, if I had to deal with a left-wing council that you do every day.
But would you do hard drugs, madam? I think that's the real question. I want to bring in someone who's been covering this investigation into Mayor Ford, Robin Doolittle. She's an investigative reporter at the Toronto Star. Robin, thanks so much for joining us. You've seen this alleged video. Why would he call for it to be released?
Well, it's obviously an interesting tactic. The video is part of an extortion charge against the mayor's friend, Sandro Lissi, who earlier last month was charged with drug offenses. He's recently been charged with extortion in connection to trying to get back the video after the media reported on it. That video is now part of his court case. So I won't try to pretend what's going on in the chief's mind, but I think it would be unlikely for the chief to release it, given the fact that it is in the court system.
And the police have said that they can't charge the mayor with a crime based on what's on the video, right?
No. Right. You don't know, as his lawyer said to the Star after we published the story, you can't know what is in that pipe that looks like a crack pipe.
So what exactly did he apologize for today?
So over the last 2 days, he's been doing a media blitz. At first, there was speculation he was going to step aside or say he was going to get treatment in a rehab center, but he showed up to his radio show. He does a weekly radio show with his brother, Councillor Doug Ford, blaring "Staying Alive" out of his SUV, which gave us a pretty good indication of what he planned to do. He went on to say he's made mistakes. He's never claimed to be perfect, and he apologized for a couple of high-profile incidents that have happened in this city. One being he showed up drunk to a street festival in the East End of Toronto called Taste of the Danforth. So he apologized for being hammered there. He apologized for text messaging while driving. He apologized for an incident in St. Patrick's Day 2 years ago where he was walking around the main floor of City Hall with a half bottle of brandy, slurring, rambling. It was a security incident report that the Star recently obtained.
Can he be forced out?
There's nothing that City Council can do to force out the mayor. There's not sort of any impeachment legislation. The only way that he can be removed is if he misses 3 consecutive council meetings. So presumably if he's in jail, even if he's charged, they can't force him to leave. The one thing that is key, though, is in Toronto, unlike, say, a city like New York, the mayor does not have a lot of power. There's not the strong mayor system, they call it. So the mayor doesn't have veto power. He really is just one vote in a council of 45.
All right, and amazingly, there was a poll that showed his approval rating going up 5 points over the last week. Robin Doolittle, thank you so much. We appreciate your time.